Canon's 2026 strategy is no longer a rumor, it is confirmed. 5 cameras, every lane, every buyer. And number 1 is not what anyone is talking about. If you enjoy camera content that goes deeper than headlines and spec sheets, subscribe to Alt Buzz right now because this is the video that lays the whole roadmap out. Canon is attacking the market from every direction in 2026, and when you see the full picture laid out in one place, the strategy is so clean it almost feels inevitable. This is not 5 disconnected leaks, this is one direction. And we are going to walk it together from the bottom up all the way to the camera that redefines what Canon means in the creator era. Let us get into it. At number 5, we have the Canon EOS R10 Mark II. Nobody is going to put this one on a magazine cover. Canon knows that. And honestly, that is exactly the point. The EOS R10 Mark II is not the camera that lights up the comment section. It is the camera that quietly does one of the most important jobs in Canon's entire lineup. It keeps the door open. For every first-time mirrorless buyer stepping up from a smartphone, for every beginner who is done with a kit camera from 5 years ago but is not yet ready to drop serious money on a higher tier body, for every parent who wants something better than their phone at a school play or a weekend football match. This camera exists for all of them, and Canon needs it to be exactly right. What Canon has done here is sharpen what already worked. The autofocus system is tighter, the subject tracking is faster, and the overall experience of picking it up and just shooting has been refined in the way that only happens when an engineering team has lived with the previous version, long enough to know every frustration its users felt. The price stays accessible, the RF mount stays intact, and another generation of photographers gets pulled into an ecosystem they will likely stay in for a decade. There's no in-body stabilization here, and for handheld video shooters, that is still a genuine limitation at this price point. But that is not who Canon built this for. This is not the camera that wins headlines. This is the camera that keeps Canon's machine moving. At number 4, we have the Canon PowerShot Superzoom. Here is something the internet almost never talks about. For every person online debating mirrorless mounts and sensor sizes and raw video output, there are 50 people who just want one camera, one lens, and 0 complications. Canon has not forgotten them. And in 2026, Canon is reminding everyone that the mass market is still massive. The PowerShot Superzoom is the camera for the person who wants to shoot a birthday party in the afternoon, a bird in a tree in the morning, and a sunset over the water in the evening without switching a single thing. The zoom range on this body is, to put it plainly, absurd. The kind of range that makes interchangeable lens shooters quietly jealous, even as they would never admit it out loud. The AI subject tracking locks on fast and holds well, and the learning curve is so flat that almost anyone who picks it up is functional within minutes. Now, to be honest about what this camera is not, image quality at the extreme end of the zoom is never going to challenge what a dedicated prime lens or a large sensor body can produce. Physics still wins that argument. But that is not the conversation this camera is trying to enter. Canon is not building this for the forum debates. Canon is building this for the couple on holiday who wants one bag, not 3. The grandparent who wants to actually capture the moment instead of spending 5 minutes changing lenses. The casual traveler who wants real travel photography without carrying the weight of a full system. While everyone online is obsessing over creator cameras and cinema rigs, Canon is also going after something much bigger. People who still want one camera that simply does everything. And one quick thing, if you want a faster way to polish portraits and clean up edits without making your images look fake, check out Avoto AI. It is a simple tool for speeding up retouching and batch edits, and I've left the link in the description. Everything so far has been Canon defending territory it already holds, entry level, mass market, the base of the pyramid. Canon is very good at this. Canon has always been very good at this, but the top 3 cameras on this list are something entirely different. The top 3 are Canon going after ground it wants back, ground it lost. ground that other brands have been building on for years while Canon played it safe. So if you thought the first two were interesting, pay very close attention from here forward. This is where the strategy gets genuinely aggressive. At number 3, we have the Canon G-Series PowerShot. There is a conversation happening in the camera world right now that has nothing to do with megapixels or autofocus algorithms or professional video specs. It is a conversation about feel, about form, about the camera you actually want to carry every single day because it has an identity that goes beyond its spec sheet. Ricoh started it. Fujifilm turned it into a cultural movement. Sony stepped in and found an audience no one expected. The premium compact camera is not a niche product anymore. It is one of the most active, most discussed, and most emotionally charged categories in the entire market. And for years, Canon has been almost completely absent from it. The G-Series PowerShot changes that. This is Canon stepping back into the premium compact space with a camera that takes the conversation seriously. Real sensor size, real image quality, the kind of compact body you can slide into a jacket pocket and actually forget is there until the moment you need it. The AI processing handles exposure changes fast and intelligently. The color science carries that warm and rich Canon character that has been a signature for decades, and for video, short-form content, travel footage, street documentation, everyday visual storytelling, it genuinely punches above its size. Canon is late to this trend, and that is just true. Fujifilm owns the cultural moment right now in a way that will not be easy to displace. But cultural moments are not permanent. They shift when a product arrives that earns attention entirely on its own terms. If Canon gets this right, and everything points to them approaching it with that level of seriousness, this is not just another PowerShot. This is Canon planting a flag in one of the most active camera conversations in the market. For more written breakdowns, camera strategy pieces, and buying guides, visit altbuzzmedia.com. And if you want to support the channel directly, AltBuzz membership starts at $5 a month. Core member gets you early content and written exclusives. Elite Partner at $10 unlocks priority Q&A, behind-the-scenes strategy posts, and a real seat in the community. The link is in the description, or tap Join right on the channel page. Now, back to the list, because number 2 is where things get genuinely emotional. At number 2, we have the Canon EOS R8 Mark II, retro version. Canon has always been the practical choice: sharp, reliable, professional, logical. Canon bodies showed up on set, in studios, at press events, on sports sidelines, and they delivered consistently, without drama, without distraction. Canon earned its reputation through pure performance, and that reputation is real. But something has shifted in the market, and Canon, to their credit, is no longer pretending it has not. People are not just buying cameras anymore. They are buying identity. They are buying the feeling of what it means to be the kind of person who carries that specific camera on that specific strap. They want a body that looks like something, that has a story built into its silhouette, that makes someone across a cafe notice it and want to ask what it is. Fujifilm understood this a decade ago and built an entire brand empire on the back of it. A growing number of buyers are now making purchasing decisions based on how a camera makes them feel before they even raise it to their eye. The EOS R8. Mark II Retro is Canon acknowledging all of that publicly through product design in a way they have never done before. The autofocus is still there, as strong and reliable as it has always been. The full-frame sensor is still there. The Canon color science, warm, natural, deeply flattering to skin tones, is still there. But now it is wrapped in something people are going to actually want to own. Something they will reach for in the morning, not just because it takes great photographs, but because picking it up feels genuinely good. Now, a retro design does not solve every limitation in the R8 line. If you are a working video professional who needs everything the R6 gives you, this body is not a substitute. But for an enormous segment of buyers who have been drawn toward Fujifilm for its aesthetic, who want full-frame quality without giving up the feeling that their camera has a real personality, this is Canon making the move they should have made years ago. Canon has always been practical. This is what happens when Canon finally decides to be desirable too. At number 1, we have the Canon EOS R6 V. Let us talk about what Canon has been building toward for the last 2 years. The V series started small, deliberately small. Canon introduced the creator video concept in a compact form factor, and what they were really doing, whether they said it out loud or not, was testing something. Not the specs, the idea. The idea that there is a specific kind of shooter who needs a camera that thinks the way they think. A camera designed around the single operator workflow, around the very angle screen that flips out exactly where you need it when you are running documentary footage alone at 6 in the morning, around the microphone input that sits where your hand naturally wants to reach, around the ergonomics of someone who shoots alone, carries their own gear, and cannot stop the moment to rearrange their setup. The smaller V-series bodies opened the conversation. They built the audience. They proved the thesis. The Canon EOS R6 V is what happens when Canon stops testing the idea and fully commits to everything it represents. This is a full-frame body built from the ground up around the creator video workflow, not adapted from a stills-first design, not a hybrid with video features bolted on as an afterthought. Full-frame V-series DNA, the Vari angle screen, the single-operator ergonomics, the run-and-gun architecture, all of it now lives inside a full-frame sensor-class body with the image quality, low light performance, and dynamic range that serious work demands. The AI subject tracking on this body is the most sophisticated Canon has ever placed into this class. Face detection, eye detection, full body tracking, it holds in low light conditions where other systems begin to hesitate and hunt. For documentary filmmakers working in unpredictable environments, for travel filmmakers chasing real moments in real light, for short-form narrative directors who need a camera that can keep up with modern production pace, and for high-end creators who have outgrown the compromises of smaller sensor bodies, this is the tool. And to be precise about what it is not, this is not a cinema camera. It is not competing with bodies that send raw video to an external recorder at a professional broadcast level. The R5 line still sits above it in that hierarchy, and that separation makes sense. The R6 V knows exactly what it is. What it is a statement. Canon has spent years being accused of holding back, of treating creator video as a secondary concern. The EOS R6 V is Canon's answer to every one of those accusations. It is a camera that looks directly at the creator video generation, the documentary makers, the travel filmmakers, the serious content creators building real careers, and says, "We built this for you," not as a modified version of something else. For you. If the smaller V cameras open the door to that conversation, the Canon EOS R6 V kicks it clean off the hinges. Canon's 2026 story was never about one camera. It is about range, an entry-level body that keeps the ecosystem alive, a super zoom that serves the buyers the internet ignores, a premium compact that puts Canon back inside the most emotionally charged conversation in the market, a retro full frame that finally lets Canon be desirable, not just dependable, and a creator video flagship that proves Canon is dead serious about owning that space for the next decade. Every lane, every buyer, one direction. The roadmap was already visible, you just had to know where to look. If this video gave you something, super thanks is open from $2 upward, and every single one goes directly back into the channel. For deeper written breakdowns and buying guides, altbuzzmedia.com is always there. Membership starts at $5, the link is in the description. Subscribe to AltBuzz if you are not already here, and send this to someone who is deep in the Canon world. They will thank you for it. In the end, cameras are not just machines. They are decisions about what stories you trust yourself to tell, and what tool you want in your hand when the moment arrives. Canon made 5 decisions for 2026. Together, they say something worth listening to. Stay curious, stay sharp, and keep shooting. This is AltBuzz. See you in the next one.